What's up, guys? I know it's been a while. Just life comes at you, and sometimes you gotta step away from some stuff. But I'm back with a cooking video. Yeah, I know, I'm back with a cooking video. I went to Steel City Con last weekend. I got some stuff. I'm gonna make a video. We'll see how this week goes when I'll make it and post it. Some really cool artwork that I'm going to shout out the artist on there because he does do commissions and I guess he'll ship stuff. Um, really fun stuff. Meeting Emil Hirsch from Speed Racer and Darkest Hour and The Autopsy of Jane Doe, which is a great horror movie. Probably one of the best horror movies in the past 10, 15 years, whenever it came out. I forget when it came out. But look it up. The Autopsy of Jane Doe for this Halloween season. It'll be on my list for one of my 31 nights of Halloween. One of the movies that I watch. A couple other movies I just recently rewatched. I rewatched both Assault on Precinct 13 movies, both the original and the remake with Ethan Hawke. And those movies are still pretty good, just cops under siege. But anyway, we're doing a cooking video. I am making a chicken Southwest, we'll call it a Southwestern chicken burrito bowl. Because I do like burritos, but I really shouldn't eat burritos, so I'm trying to cook a little healthier. I use 2 chicken breasts. We're at the part, it's all cooked. We're getting ready to dish it up. I didn't want to waste a lot of time. And I will show you the stuff sitting here on my stove. The rice wasn't quite dry yet last time I looked, which was a couple minutes ago. The meat's ready and what's in with the meat. We're going to start out with 2 chicken breasts and 2 tablespoons. I prefer olive oils. So I got the one for sauteing and stir frying. Smooth. So this is empty so that can get thrown away. And then I cooked my chicken with that. As it was cooking, once it started, was all cooked on the outside, and then I knew I could add some stuff. I added a can of Old El Paso chopped green chilies. So they kind of look like baby food, but they work good in the sauteing process when you still have some oil in there and the meat's cooked on the outside but not quite on the inside. So you cook it in, saute it up with that, and then I get these containers at my local grocery store because I can just throw some ingredients together. This is basically what this is. This is a hodgepodge throw it together meal, and you get a couple nights out of it. So at my local grocery store, they sell diced tomatoes. I guess you could use canned petite tomatoes. I just didn't want to spend the time to dice them this small. They use a machine. I don't have that machine. I've used that machine in restaurants. It's nice. It makes it easy to dice tomatoes that small. And then they also had a frittata blend. So it has green, red, and yellow peppers with red onion. And for this, with 2 chicken breasts, I used half a container for the tomatoes and half of each portion for this because I'm going to use the rest of this when I do beef burrito bowls, probably tomorrow, because I'm going to have leftovers for a couple days. So I'm going to set these to the side here. So once I got that started, I also started my Zatarain's cilantro cilantro lime rice, because I can't make an actual burrito. The tortillas are too many carbs for me, but I can have a little bit of rice. 1 box of rice for 2 chicken breasts. I can be heavy on the vegetables. I can be heavy on the meat. It's carbs I gotta watch. That's empty. That can be thrown out too. So got that started, set to the side, and I even followed the little instructions. Sorry, I'm bouncing around here. I'm hungry. The add chopped medium tomato or onion Well, I added that to the meat. So it cooked with the meat. And it says add meat, beef, but I'm using chicken. Because I think it would taste well. And then homemade. Give your rice a Southwestern flair by adding half a teaspoon each of ground cumin and garlic powder. So, bada bing, bada boom. Did that too. You know, those instructions on those boxes sometimes aren't that bad, you know, for spicing up a meal. Yeah, it's already cilantro lime, but yeah, add a little kick. I like a little kick. No hot sauce. Holding off on hot sauces for a little while. Once the meat was cooked, then I added I would have preferred a fajita seasoning, but they were sold out at the grocery store, like empty row there. You know, I was looking behind boxes, there's tons of this and tons of the hot and spicy I'm going to use with the beef. But I got a couple packets of that. That's, again, Old El Paso taco seasoning for chicken. So, I mean, it looks good, which I'm about to show you here. Bear with me here. We're going to get over here. Everything should be ready. I can pull my bowl right here and we can whip it up. We're going to give this a stir real quick because I let it simmer down. It had a lot of juice to it still. It still has some juice, which isn't bad. So that's the meat with the vegetables and that taco seasoning in it. You got onions, 3 different types of peppers, all cooked together with that seasoning and the chicken and the onion and the tomato, all in there. And then the rice. Rice looks... Where's my fork? Rice looks good. We can use that. I did it for the time that it said to, like 25 minutes simmering, and then pulled it off for 5 and just let it cover. Actually, for an additional 10. Here we go. Here's our rice. So that's my fork for dinner anyway, so I can sit there. So we're going to start with our rice. Still a little wet. I don't know what it is with these rices. I never have a problem with minute rice, so next time I'm just going to use minute rice and put in some fresh cilantro and a lime into it. We don't want too much. We want enough for leftovers for tomorrow. So here we go. We got our cilantro lime rice. And on top here, right in the middle I should say, I'm going to scoop out our however much you want. I am hungry. I haven't eaten all day. So like I said, I can go heavy on proteins and that, but not on rice and that. But I do like leftovers, so I am going to get a second meal out of this. I'm just going to straight up scrape this right into this Pyrex container. That'll be, I don't know, Tuesday night's dinner, Wednesday. Well, whatever day I don't make the beef one, this will be the dinner. And then the next meal I'll cook will be the beef one. There we go, fling it in there. And so it's still a little damp, but that's okay. When I go and reheat it, will dry it out more. As we all know, you're supposed to add a little bit of water, just tiny bit, like a teaspoon, tablespoon or something, to rice so it doesn't dry it out when you heat it up. Now I'm putting the rest of the meat in that right on top of that. It'll all heat up together. The juice from the meat will keep all that nice and moist. after working tomorrow, I'll have this, or I can make the beef one. If I like this, I'll eat this. If it's okay, I'll eat the beef one. So. But let me angle you down a little more. So we got our bowl, and then I bought, because I was just like, what? It needs a little bit of cheese. A Old El Paso creamy queso sauce. I don't know how this is going to come out of here, so I got to give it a test squeeze. It's creamy queso. Just use a little, because I've never had this stuff. I'm going to stick it in the fridge just because I don't know if I'm supposed to or not. Bear with me. I'm just going to put all the leftovers and everything away. And look at that delicious bowl of Southwest chicken burrito bowl, guys. Yes, I was at Steel City Con in Pittsburgh. And if you guys follow national news, that was where Christopher Lambert had a tumble. I did get his autograph on 2 things from the Highlander 30th anniversary Blu-ray. Angle you from here. That light's really bright there, but it's good for giving some light here. They had portrait cards in the DVD box of Connor MacLeod in his Scottish attire, and then MacLeod in his trench coat with the katana. And I got him to sign those. I also got a photo with him. Seemed like a very sweet guy. A lot of people there with swords, which were driving the police constables absolutely nuts. They hated it because they're all walking around with swords, and they're supposed to have them in boxes. You can go in with your sword in a box, have them sign it, put it back in the box, and get out. But yeah, Emile Hirsch, he was real cool to talk to. Also got an autograph and a photograph with Karen Gillum. Missed the Arthur Darville on Saturday because Arthur wasn't able to make it in town. It stormed really bad in Monroeville, PA. There were a couple times I was in bed and just boom, like right out my hotel room. Woke me right up. But yeah, it was fun. Like I said, I got some art I want to do a showcase on coming up here. Plus, I got some new Fright Rag stuff that I want to, before I even take it out of the packages, I want to do it on stream for you to see what they had come out. I saw Reggie Bannister died, and they are doing shirts for him. That is like a fundraiser type thing, so go check that out, Fright Rags. But yeah, I'm gonna go eat my dinner now. I am alive. I haven't forgotten about making videos and having fun with it. Just been busy with stuff in life, and sometimes that happens. It's also a rough year, part of the year for me, the beginning of August. So I know it's been a while, but it's not a time of year I look forward to. So, but you guys have a wonderful week. We'll see you soon with some new content. Lincoln is here because it is currently storming at my house. Well, it's just raining now. I'm changing the angle because he is literally just laying on the rug in my kitchen in front of the sink. Are we making a video, Lincoln? He is so unamused. This is living with a bulldog, guys. He's got to be near you, watching you, judging you, watching for food to fall on the floor, hoping that he can snatch it up before you stop him, which he's already been fed. All right, guys, like, share, subscribe. Switching the camera here. If you guys want to try out the recipe That would be cool. Like I said, it's just one of those things. Just grab some ingredients at the store and throw them together. I bought a big packet of chicken, froze a bunch of it, just used 2 breasts out of it. It gives you 2 meals. When you're a single guy, you don't like. I do cook and make tons of leftovers for certain things. Um, but those are like holidays, or if my father is leaving town and I want to send food with him, that all he can also share with his buddies down there that don't have someone to cook for them like he does. But yeah, so this is something he wouldn't like, so that's why I do it when he's away. Um, anyway, like, share, subscribe. Thanks for sticking around and waiting me out for to get through stuff. And we're back though. We are back. I've got new games coming. I've been scouting out some webcams, headsets, and microphone. I found a microphone stand that I don't need to like bolt to my table next to my couch, because when I start filming myself from the webcam, you're gonna be like, he's just sitting on this giant couch recliner with the dog. So, but yeah, see you guys soon. Later.